Hey everyone, you're not crazy. They're just living a double life, is the title for today. Again, you are not crazy. The unexplained late nights, the phone that suddenly has a new password, the stories with details that shift and change, the feeling in your gut, that low, constant hum of wrongness. But every time you bring it up, you're the one who's paranoid. You're insecure. You're the one with trust issues. And after hearing it enough, you start to believe it. And today that ends. Today we pull back the curtain because you are not crazy. You're just the only one in the room who isn't acting. You have you have to understand something critical. What they are doing is not a series of clumsy mistakes. It's a system. Living a double life is a full-time job, and they are the CEO. And like any good CEO, they have a playbook to manage their operations and to manage you. In this briefing, I'm giving you access to their playbook. We're going to dissect the three core pillars of the cheater's infrastructure so you can see the system for what it is and finally start trusting what you know. And that's why I made the Hold the Line script pack so you know exactly what to say in any situation. And the link is going to be in the description. Okay, let's continue. The first pillar is the information diet. The first pillar is called, again, the information diet. This is the tactic of malicious controlling what you see and control, more importantly, what you don't see. They don't have to lie if they just don't tell you the whole story. For example, let me give you an example. They tell you about a work happy hour that they went to. It's a plausible, simple story, but they leave out the part that it was just them and one other person. They leave out the part that they stayed for 3 hours. They gave you a piece of the truth, a tiny calorie of the information, but they starved you of the content. So when you question it, you look insane because what they told you was technically true. It's how they keep you confused, though, and questioning the very nature of reality. You get that? The next pillar is the accusation jujitsu, I call it. It's even more, you know, more insane. It's a verbal tactic. I call it accusation jujitsu. They take the force of your own valid suspicion and use it to throw you off balance. It sounds something like this. You say, it felt weird that you didn't answer your phone for 2 hours last night. And then they reply with wounded disbelief, I can't believe you don't trust me after everything we've been through. I was just trying to get some work done, but I guess I'm not even allowed to do that. You see what I mean? You see what happened? The conversation is no longer about their actions, it's about your lack of trust. And you are now the bad guy. You are on the defensive, apologizing, trying to prove you're not this insecure monster they're painting you out to be. It's a masterful move that shuts down your inquiry and reinforces their control. That's exactly what it does. And the third thing is the truth anchor. So, how do you fight a system designed to make you feel like you're losing your mind? You stop fighting their arguments. You start collecting data, is what you're going to do. This is your new daily practice. It's called the Truth Anchor Log. You open up a notebook on your phone, a private journal somewhere where, no one will ever see it but you, and you document only the thing, inconsistencies is what you want to document. The date, the time, and the inconsistencies. Like, for example, you're going to put the date, the time, and the inconsistency. Like Monday, 7 p.m., said he was working late on the Patterson account. Tuesday, 9 p.m., he mentioned or she mentioned in passing that the Patterson account was finished last Friday. And you don't add any emotion to the notes and don't add interpretation. You write down the cold, hard, conflicting data points. This log is not for them. It is not evidence for a future fight. It's an anchor for your sanity. When you start to doubt yourself, when you feel, you're imagining things, you open up the log and you look at the facts. You anchor yourself to the timeline you built. Your gut feeling is not the problem. It is a high performance alarm system that is working perfectly within you. And it's picking up on the static of their lies. The truth anchor log is how you start to decode that static that's going on. Knowing their tactics is half the battle. The other half is knowing what to say and what not to say when you're face to face with the lie. How do you hold the line without starting a war? How do you state what you know without getting pulled into a circular argument? That's why, again, like I stated earlier, that's why I created the brand new tool for you. It's called the Real Script Pack. Hold the line script pack. It's a series of exact, non-emotional phrases and scripts you can use to defend your reality and exit conversations that are designed to confuse you. You can download it right now. The link will be in the description. It's the next tool for your arsenal. If this briefing have gave you a moment of clarity, let the outer world know, by hitting the like button for me, and to make sure to get the one. Um, Also, I want you to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell as well. Next week, I think we're going to go into another subject, maybe dissecting another tactic, like maybe you're too sensitive or something like that. We'll dive into. And so remember, you're not crazy. You're just waking up. Stay sharp and trust the data and save your peace.